The world is in continuous transformation. So why education is the same today as it was 100 years ago?
The traditional educational system comes from an industrial model where it's kind of, it ignores the human element and sort of treats children as one size fits all.
Years ago, people would go to a school or to the university in order to get the knowledge that is there. But today, you have the knowledge here.
As we've grown to the point where we have information available everywhere, schools in their current state just don't make sense. And so I wanted to make sure that we took action to design the future. I once heard that the only way you can really predict the future is to invent it.
So we need to make sure that we transform education today.
And the idea is to move to a system that treats human beings more as human beings and allows their individuality to have a place and it allows it to be a central element of their educational experience.
When you give people a chance to really engage in something, they really take up on it and go with it.
And the students cry out for it and the teachers cry out for it and the system doesn't allow it. However, I think that that's going to change.
Change is inevitable. It's happening around us. It's, the country is changing, the world is changing, technology and everything is moving forward. And so all we have to do is move forward with the change.
We want to take that to the next step. We want to get more people, more students, more teachers, everybody on board with their learning and sharing the passion for learning.
We have people here gathered around a big challenge, a challenge that's relevant to all of the students, teachers, and parents at Colegio Maya. How to create a system that works better for students.
So it's good to have them all together, to take that first step and to do it as a whole school, not just the school deciding what it's going to do, but bring in the parents and the students as well.
And people are so engaged. It's exciting to watch people talk about them. Students, teachers, parents, everyone involved.
Just seeing the quality and the quantity of the teachers working along with the students, there's just so much creativity flowing around in the air. There's a real feeling of community. There's nobody saying, that idea is stupid or that doesn't work. Everybody they want to take it to the next level. We're working for a common goal.
Everybody gets a sense of what's going on everywhere and what are the main concerns of other people and solutions and ideas they have.
And I just think it's been amazing to hear other people's ideas, to watch them work, to watch them get excited. The fact that our administration is allowing us to have this opportunity and have built into this PD Days this amazing chance for us to really dream about education for the future here at Colegio Maya. It's very tangible and it's very real, and I think it's very possible.
I really enjoy the workstation system that we have with big boards and lots of sticky notes and writing all sorts of different ideas and putting them up on that.
I feel inspired. I feel like we're really going somewhere and that this school has such a love not only for the students here, but the students for the future.
But I first got the idea working on accreditation this year of where we might head. And then when I went to Marroquin University to see some work they were doing there and this process of the conference we're using today, it suddenly clicked into place and it made sense that this was an inclusive way to make sure that all the right people were involved in designing the future of education.
A community came together to think about where we are, what we can do to improve an already amazing community.
Just the process of coming together and speaking with each other means that their minds will be opened, ideas will be broadened, and new partnerships will be built.
How would be a Colegio Maya in accordance to the new era of information where knowledge is everywhere and where the school has to be a place to experience?
The way that Colegio Maya is proposing by getting everybody together and making sure that everybody's contributing is very, very powerful.
We've been gathering with a lot of people who are part of the school, teachers, parents, and students, and also administratives, in a special format that allows for everybody to speak up, to ask questions, to give opinions, and to integrate ideas.
The idea is to come out with something very concrete that can be used and also for everybody to have some kind of an opportunity to share the wisdom and experience that they have to build that. And through that process, for them to also be changed as they experience the questions and ideas of other people.
But I think more than anything is for students to really be integral in their ways of deciding what it is they want to learn and take it on and really show the passion to go ahead and do that.
And also, hopefully, that will mean that children at Colegio Maya have a better learning experience, and then that becomes then an example for other schools.
I think for me in education there is no finish line, there's always room for growth. And so I think we have to set the bar super high for ourselves, for our students, for teachers, for everyone.
So what we're talking about is transforming the education at Colegio Maya to fit the needs of students.
Students are going to be happier, and it's a simpler way to do things. The most I've learned is how much teachers actually can see what education does to students, and they really care about the students.
Getting to know some of the teachers who are in the school, how they think, what are they feeling about this process, that for me has been very interesting.
And how complicated and multi-layered and emotional it is to think about making something that feels very abstract if you try to actually sit down and articulate what a learning model should look like, what deep learning looks like.
But it's going to require some reprogramming of people in terms of getting used to ways of doing things, ways of being open.
That it needs to be a constant process of evolution, of sensing and responding to what these people are feeling. So anything can become outdated very quickly if it's not revisited.
So as we move forward, we're setting the base for people to talk about them. There's going to be some value judgments. Are we able to do this piece now? Is this a piece we need to do later? Do we integrate this with the next piece? That's what we need to keep that conversation going. But at least we're on the same table to sit down and say, this is where we want to move for the students.
Along the way, that it's not going to be scary because we have so much to learn together. And it's not that somebody's going to come from outside and tell you what to do, but that together we're going to create what needs to be for the future.
We don't stop at giving people, an entry to college. We give them something that they learn for a lifetime. We give them something that they can use in their own environments, and I think that's the greatest gift of all.
So I'm very excited. I think it's fantastic that Colegio Maya is doing this, and I think for Guatemala, it's going to be an example for many institutions.
Because what you're doing here is very powerful and it's going to transform the way education works in Guatemala.
The most important thing is not to be afraid of change, but work towards it and work with it and be part of the change. So that's what we're doing.
Stay open, stay inquisitive, stay involved.
You have to take action. Change in education is all interesting because we get prepared. Well, it's like skydiving. And when you do the preparation, you put on your parachute, you put on your boots, you get on the airplane, and you get up there, and then we stop. At some point, you got to jump out of the airplane. For us, this is jumping out of the airplane.